Hi, this is E.T. On June 8, 1933, one of the most important boxing encounters took place at Yankee Stadium, New York City. It was between 24-year-old American Max Baer, weighing in at 203 pounds, versus the German Max Schmelling. He's weighing in at 189 pounds. Schmeling is a former heavyweight champion, and he's a 4-1 favorite. This is a Jack Dempsey promotion. And the bout is important because, Baer is on a long winning streak. He's due a shot at the title. It's then held by Jack Sharkey, but he's going to lose that title just weeks after the Baer-Schmeling encounter to Primo Carnera. Max Baer is 1/4 Jewish. And in fighting the German Schmeling, he's expected to uphold the United States against a very aggressive and hostile German dictator named Adolf Hitler. Hitler became chancellor just a few months earlier, and I should note here that Max Schmeling was not a Nazi and his manager was Jewish. Now, neither of these was known by Max Baer, apparently. Both camps, Schmeling and Baer, played up the German Nazi versus the Jewish fighter angle, intended to increase interest in the fight. And boy, did it work. 60,000 people packed Yankee Stadium, and it included movie stars and moguls, former boxing champions, people of all ages, even women. The fight was carried on NBC radio and even on television for those very few who owned a receiver set. Taking a look at the fight, Baer, despite his tenuous affiliation with Judaism, came into the ring wearing a Star of David on his trunks. Schmeling, despite experience and weight and height disadvantage, was still the odds-on favorite to win. Looking at the fight, the first few rounds were all Schmeling, who 3 years hence, by the way, in other words, in the future, would knock out young Joe Louis. Schmeling peppered Baer with very stinging jabs, and at one point, according to those there, Baer, between rounds, would tell Jack Dempsey, "Jack, I see 3 of them." Dempsey said, "Hit the one in the middle." And it went that way up until round 10. Then the German got a bit careless. And then Baer, one of the hardest hitters in the game until Marciano and Liston would appear decades later, Baer landed a jolting right to Schmeling's jaw. Now, the German got up before referee Arthur Donovan reached the count of 10. Although Donovan, by the way, had to read the timekeeper's lips because the crowd was ecstatic and the noise was deafening. But Schmeling was out on his feet, and a TKO was called at 1 minute, 15 seconds into the round. Now, you may have noticed that Baer was fouling Schmeling several times with illegal backhands, and the crowd, almost all pro Max Baer, noticed that too, and there were a few boos from the crowd. But the next day, Max Baer shrugged it all off. He said, "A fight is a fight, isn't it? What do people come to see in a ring anyway? A couple of ballroom dancers? No, they want to see fighting." Schmeling, always a sportsman, graciously accepted the loss. He said, "I thought a house had fallen on top of me." Looking at the aftermath, this was Max Baer's high water point as a fighter. Even his victory over the newly crowned heavyweight champion Primo Carnera couldn't compare to what Ring magazine called the fight of the year, in other words, between Baer and Schmeling. Weeks following the Baer-Schmeling fight, Primo Carnera knocked out Jack Sharkey to become heavyweight champion until 1 year later, June 14 of 34, when Max Baer knocked him down at least 10 times over 11 rounds. We still don't know today the number of times Primo Carnera hit the deck. Whatever, Baer won by TKO. And 1 year after that, on June 13, 1935, Max Baer lost his title to the Cinderella Man, James J. Braddock, a very controversial loss. And 3/4 of a year after that, Max Baer was KO'd by Joe Louis, who on June 22 of 1938 avenged his loss to Schmeling via a first-round knockout. Other things, Jack Dempsey was back in the news, now for behind-the-scenes activities, which proved to be much more profitable and less damaging. And that is the story of what proved to be among the most tension-filled and internationally significant fights of the 1930s. If you enjoyed the story, subscribe, share the video, and comment below. Thank you.